It's Kent and Carol with Mr.Truck.com. Actually, Mr. Truck and Mrs.Truck. We're here reviewing. We've been married for a week now. We're here to try out this 2024 Nissan Frontier with the Hardbody edition. And it says a 3.8 V6 and a 9-speed automatic. How much power do we have, honey?
310 horsepower, 281 pound-foot torque.
Awesome. Come join us for the review here by Estes Park. Oh, that's that cushion tailgate. Awesome. It's got strut. A lot of room here. I love these channels. You can tie your cargo in here. Nissan's always, they came out with this in the Titan. They've had these in their trucks ever since. I mean, 20 years ago, whatever it was. It's got a bed liner. It's got the sport rack. You can put some KC lights up there. But it's awesome. We're gonna set up and go fishing here. There's my bride and her fishing rod. We're gonna sit out here and whatever this lake is called, catch some fish. Love these wheels, all-terrain tires, 3-spoke wheels, black fenders, a black on the hood. Too cool. A lot of black accents. The whole grill is black, bumpers black. And this is what it looks like in this hardbody configuration. It's an addition they had back in the 80s and I think a little bit of the 90s. And these were powerful. When I sold one to my son when I was selling for O'Mare Ford, and he had that at a family reunion, and it was parked out there in the Rocky Mountains by Estes Park, and parked next to Toyota Tacoma. That night it hailed terribly. The Toyota was basically totaled out, and the hard-body Frontier didn't have a dent on it. So they had heavier metal in the back. It was an awesome machine. I was trying to find one of these used, which was pretty hard to do during the pandemic. Let's see, there's the graphics. Awesome. Good looking truck. Cool, there it is, a 3.8. The 9-speed automatic behind it. But this pretty powerful engine came out several years ago when they had the old body style, so we can all get used to it. Look how big the battery is, my goodness. Giant airbox. And this one here, pretty good power, 310 horsepower. Actually gets up and scoots. It was one of the biggest engines in the class when it first came out. Look, it's got struts, the hood's got struts. It's nice instead of those little tiny ones with a little pin you hold it up with. Awesome decals on this. They love the black. Halogen lights. Are you ready for fish yet?
Sure, honey. Whenever you're ready.
Don't go away, Mr.Truck.tv. We'll be right back.
Well, here we are in this 2024 Nissan Frontier, and it's the hardbody edition. Looking here and how awesome the video screen is in the center stack. And everything else is right in there. Shifter in the console, not this knob nonsense. Cup holders everywhere, and this little armrest, pretty cool. Got pretty deep place up to charge your phone, and I can tell it's a place through your coins that you can plug into these USB ports. Oh, look at it, heated seats, heated steering wheel, parking sensor, and then there's your 4-wheel drive. 2 and 4 and 4 low, but no, not auto, but does have 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and no 4-wheel drive. There's your push button start button. Even though they give you a key with this too. Adaptive cruise control on the steering wheel. mirrors. And the driver's side does have power seat, not the passenger side. They have that manual thing that's under the seat. Yeah, look at there's the main gauges. Shows we were getting on average run around mountains yesterday, 21.8. And you got quite a few little devices here. Let me see if I can run through the modes. Okay, there's auxiliary gauges, oil, and looks like radiator temperature, and it looks like transmission temperature and battery. That's a 9-speed, but it's not really manual shifting. Let's see, there might be a manual button somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. You turn your, come on, get the glare out of there. You can shift this thing back down in here, and then you can shift it back and forth for the manual shifting. Cool. Up here, let me hit the next options here. Oh, there's off-road. Look, you can see all the angles of your front and rear and where the power's going to. Those are always cool if you're off-roading. And just hardly any gauges in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to go through meter settings, vehicle settings, alerts, maintenance, and all that. So, pretty cool. Factory reset. Okay. Next screen. Stop start. It's on auto. You can change that. There's your tire pressure and all your tires. If you ever want to know, that's a very important thing to have. And here is like your blind spot and your lane departure and all that. So all the things that'll beep at you when you're driving. And of course, got the radio turned off. Fuel economy. We just saw that. Which is pretty awesome. Automatic headlight dimmer right there. Yes, this basically has, of course, I still get tow haul mode. Right there it is. But pretty cool basic truck, but it gives you what you need, not a whole lot more. I mean, you can get fancier than this, but I like it. Now let me tell you all the other cool stuff on this puppy. Now you can see the brake pedal and gas pedal. Now, they look like they're quite a ways apart, but they're not. You got big feet. I mean, I put my big boots on here, and I'm almost always catching both. I'm almost always catching both gadgets, both pedals, which is not good. So you have to basically move around a lot to get them on the right pedal. See, I don't know if you can we put some small adults back there. Mostly what I'm using for is grandkids. And somewhere I need to get underneath here to show where the under seat storage is. There's some more plug-ins back here, 120 volt. Yep, there's a lever to flip the seat up. Flip the seat up. There's your under seat storage. Ooh, it's lockable. Oh, cool. Guess it's lockable storage under the passenger side. I'm sorry. This is lockable storage under the driver's side in the rear seat section. Here you have a place to attach other options. But yeah, this is the big seat. One that holds 3 people. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Sunlink, sometimes known as Mr. Truck and Mrs. Truck. Got Carol with me. We're up here going to Estes. Beautiful back country here. And this, I think, is 34. Beautiful rocks in here. I love the scenery right next to the river. And we're going up here, we're reviewing this 2024 Nissan Frontier. This is the Hardbody edition. I love the Hardbody. The heavy duty, and the D21 was the model. I think they ended them in 85 or so, or maybe 95. They were great little trucks back when they were little trucks. Now these things are getting to be as big as what the full-size trucks were 20 years ago. But anyway, this is the Hardbody edition, which mostly it's decals and some tires and wheels and skid plates. It's more of an appearance package. But anyhow, we'll go over all the cool things about this. We're driving on these really curvy roads. It handles really well. So we've got a little sport rack in the back. These call them roll bars, but this was not really a roll bar. But anyhow, we're trying out fishing. Carol, Mrs.Truck, is an expert fisherwoman, so she's going to teach me all about fishing and swimming and dancing. We got married last Saturday, a week ago, and if you were there, you saw me dancing on camera. That video will be up sometime. See if you can see Mr. Truck kind of waddling around there. We had fun. We had waffles. We had all kinds of stuff. It was a cowboy church that we did all in. So everybody was wearing hats and boots. And me and Andre had our wild rags on. But look at all the whitewater down there in the river. It's really coming through. This is one of the best scenic routes through the Rockies is here right out of Loveland. You shoot around, you come in from Tolongmont, which you may do. So Big Thompson, this place had a big flood years and years ago. And the river switches to my side. Underneath there, it's awesome. Big rugged rocks, and they're right next to you too. You're really close to these guys. So anyway, it's got the 3.8 V6. I think it's a 9-speed. We'll go over all the stats here soon and see what you think of this rascal. We're not pulling trailer this time, even though it's equipped for a trailer. It doesn't have a brake controller. It's got the hitch. It's got the tow haul mode and all the fun stuff. It actually just has about the right amount of equipment that I would buy. And I think this is an SV Hardbody edition. So, there's only so many things you need, and some are great, but you get so much expensive on these trucks. And this one's kind of pricey. It's in that 48,000 mile mark. I'll show you all that here in a little bit. And we're going to do some fishing. Fishing up here at Estes. We're at Estes Lake. So you can figure out where we can legally do this. We have our licenses now. We're all legal. We went fishing last weekend with my brother, Roland and Grace. So now we're going to try it. And Mrs. Truck is going to teach me how to fly fish, which I've never fished for flies before. We're going to try it. I've fished a few times in my life. I never caught anything, never knew how to do it. So now I'm getting all kinds of advice. But she's not bossy. She's very helpful. So we're going to have fun in the sun up here in Rockies. It's been raining and blowing and flash flooding and all kind of hail in Colorado. Got a lot of hail yesterday. So we're trying to avoid all that because it's not my truck. So we want to keep it nice and whole and smooth. It's a good looking truck though. It really has that off-road look, rugged look. And that's what this is. We'll show you the decals and the wheels, the 3-spoke wheels, all-terrain tires, and tell you all about it, horsepower and torque. So come with us for this review. Well, we drew up to Mary's Lake yesterday and Estes, trying to find a place the wind wasn't blowing 100 miles an hour to go fishing. Estes Park, they had no such place. So we went by the YMCA out west of town, close to Rocky Mountain National Park, and found Mary's Lake, which was pretty good, except for the fish weren't biting. There's a lot of riffs in the water. What do you call that, where the ground goes up and makes it too shallow? You had a name for that yesterday.
Ripples.
Ripples. Yes, all those things. This is my fishing expert, my wife, Carol. It's my co-pilot here. So anyway, Mrs. Sunling. So, it's mostly old school what's in here, and a lot more other ones have more fancy features. This is like Fender speakers. It showed in here something else, but they're all labeled as Fenders. Guys who made the cool guitars. And this one here, the SV, I think that's the highest one, because there's an SV and SL. But mostly this body edition. It's mostly like a decal. It's an appearance package. It does have the skid plates and all of that. Let's see if it has a locker. It's kind of like a heritage model. So it reminds you of the old one somewhat. These have that double wall bed way early. Now the braking was delayed on this because I think the gas pedal and the brake pedal. Let me show you that on camera. Where are my notes? Oh, here they are. I found them. You just sit there. Be pretty. I'm just going to where it's at. Now this shows 23 miles a gallon is maximum MPG according to EPA, and 18 is the city. But this one is, the MSRP is $46,540. Now if you're comparing that to a full-size truck, that's pretty cheap, but it's not cheap in the mid-size class. It's an expensive one. At one point we got stuck in fourth gear. A lot of that, it's really weird when you're moving it back and forth to the manual shifting. It gets a little weird on where you push it. We talked about the 3.8 engine with all the power, 9-speed automatic. Well, it does have a limited slip rear end, so it's got quite a few things for off-roading. And, you know, and it's got that little light bar in the back with sport bar, which looks really cool. But I like the truck. We enjoyed driving. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
That's got a 610 payload. It's nice interior. It's got a lot of hard plastic. The rugged looks, the retro look. The steering seems awfully heavy. When you first start out, it's like no power steering, and you get the highway speed, it's fine. I think I'd go the opposite. I'd make it steer easier when you're trying to parallel park and going slow, and then give you, you know, less resistance on the highway. But they didn't ask me. But this is a 5-foot bed. They do make one of the 6-foot bed if you get the what they used to call the king cab. Now it's probably just called an extended cab. But let's see if I can find out the cool things in here that I didn't think of. It's got all the normal emergency braking that the government makes everybody do. It's an 8-inch color touchscreen display. It looks bigger than 8 inches, but that's what it is. I call it the normal stuff. Hands-free phone system, voice recognition, Siri, eyes free, 6 speakers. It's got a lot of USB types, cord plug-ins, 7-inch advanced drive assist display. It's in front of me right now, in front of the steering wheel, and that is a 7-inch. Try to sway control. It's got tilt but not telescope on the wheel. Second row under storage seat, and I'll show you that in a little bit. 6-way power driver's seat, 4-way manual seat for the passenger, so you don't get the power.
No power on my side.
No, it's got the automatic auto headlights, which I've used a lot. Truckers don't like it, but it's got halogen headlamps. And it's dampened locking tailgate, which is easy to drive. You almost have to push it down. It's so dampened. Tie down hooks in the bed, which is really cool because these Nissan's one of the first trucks to have all those tie downs and racks on the side and in the floor. So that was one of their pluses. It's got tow hooks in the front. Body color door handles. It's got a lot of black accents on it. Black decal on the roof, black on the side, a lot of decals, and a decal on the tailgate. Wow, this shows, okay, you get the standard things, and then you go over here to see with options. So it's not 6 speakers, it's 10 speakers, fender speakers. The Hardbody edition, which costs you $3,890, 17-inch heritage alloy wheels, all-terrain tires, fender flares, aluminum skid plates, front and back rear bumpers, black outside mirrors, door handles, black grille and lower fascia, side rails without steps. I guess that's a rock rail. Exhaust finisher. It's an exhaust finisher. Anyway, sport bar, black exterior decals, mud flaps even. And then the SV convenience package, which costs $2,190. That's again the 17-inch alloy wheel, sprayed in bed liner, Hewlett track system, which I really like, 2 adjustable tie-down cleats, sliding rear window, 120 outlet in the bed and rear center console, so you can plug in all your fun stuff like a heated seat. I can plug in your heated seat.
That would be good.
Heat outside camera, heated leather steering wheel, LED under rail lighting, remote engine starting, halogen fog lights, leather shift knob, dual zone with climate control, tow haul. It's great. Trailer hitch wiring harness. Does not have brake controller in here. And the floor mats cost $195. The technology package is $990. It's a lane departure, blind spot, rear cross traffic alert, rear sonar, rear automatic braking, high beam assist, intelligent cruise control. It does have a cruise control, which I like. So you can lock onto the radar in front of you. But a lot of those things are actually by law, they have to do it. So there you go. It's $46,540. Then I'm going to show you some pictures of more pictures of the interior and the back seat. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. Trying to get as much information as we can. We didn't pull a trailer with it. It wasn't an easy way to do that. So, come watch us and come back next time.